Hello.
This is a fantastic beats production.
What is this song? What is this? I don't know about that. Oh, let me fix my. Oh, it's wrong direction this way. I'm over here. Now he's over here. Let me skip this song. Too seductive for y'all. How's this one? I think I heard this one before we started. Welcome. Oh, why didn't clap work? What happened? Why didn't clap work? Let's try it again. There we go. There we go. Something must have broken the last time. So we're switching projects for a second. I'm gonna go back over to the OBS task overlays, which is what you see on stream here, the stream tasks. Starting soon, task next, task move, task sort. Those are the new ones we want to add. Let me go ahead and show you what we're looking at nowadays. So when we switch screens, you can resize this, put it on your overlay wherever you want. It takes over the full size of the element that you create, or the window size you create for it, right? This is just a browser source that you embed. And it gives you a few different options already configuration-wise that allows us to add mods, have change the title text from stream task to something else. You can do the scaling and vertical align, which you can see I do on this screen. It's vertically aligned to the center, and the scale is 2x because it's a lot bigger, right? And my window kind of takes over that right side of the screen there, but if I add more tasks, it will, keep it vertically aligned center. So that's something you can configure. But then here, I show it left aligned from the top, and so as you add more tasks, it just builds down. There's a few other tasks that we haven't completed yet. The pause, move I wrote down, I added that to our list today. Pause I don't care so much about. We might do that if we get down there and I feel like it. But I really wanted to add a task next, so it will automatically end the current one and then go on to the next one. Start might do that under the hood. I might have built that and forgot about it. I can't remember. So we'll have to look into it. And then the task move, I might also call it a swap. So this is gonna be able to swap it by 2 indexes, whichever numbers you see on there. Because the other day I was doing a stream with the tasks, and then I decided to skip number 3 and go to number 4, and then I went back to number 3 later on. And so I would have liked to swap those. I could have just done a swap easily, and then it would have put things back in order, but I also want to add a sort option. So maybe you are jumping around over a couple different tasks and you want to just resort it. I would move any of the finished tasks, bubble them all up to the top, and then, rearrange them so that the next task is not finished and you just have your to-dos at the very bottom and then your completeds at the very top. I don't usually want to clear them because the goal is to keep, not the goal, but the idea is to keep them on screen the whole time. So yeah, that one. And then maybe we'll add the pause at the end. Pause seems decently easy, but I think I'll have to implement some kind of time tracker per task. I don't know if I have that already. I just have like a time tracker of when the timer started and stopped. I don't think it's tied to a specific task at the moment. But in the future, we want to, add configuration colors and font family, and then ideally have a UI to do it, but that's kind of far down the line. We're pretty simple for the moment, but if you want to get this for your own stream, you are, I don't think I can paste into that chat. Totally welcome. You can copy and change the styles, whatever. You don't actually need the code. I just pasted the link in the chat. That's just to the code that we're going to be working on, but you don't need that. What you can do is go on down here. Your base browser URL is going to look like this. I have it deployed on Versal. Anyone can use it. You pass in your username that you want to listen to for the task commands, and then you can view it in your browser. And you have, these are the configuration options you can do. And then a fully configured URL is down here at the bottom. If you want to just copy, start from that. That was the one that I used on my starting screen, where it's blown up to size and then it's in the middle. So that's it. Let's kick it off by, see, this is where I could use a task next, but I don't have that capability. What if I do task start? I think it just ignores it because I already have one started. And I wonder what happens if I say start on a specific number, because I can say task start 2. I think it will end what's, oh no. That seems like a bug. Oh no, it didn't end the first one. Okay, so that could be a bug that I would need to fix, but ideally we'll just add next and call it a day, right? All right, task next. I haven't worked on this code in a little while, so I don't fully remember how it's working, so we'll kind of learn as we go, jump back into it. I did have this is my dummy data that I started with. Oh, I am starting the start time and end time per one. So maybe that pause task could be simpler. I have some default config. These are all the config options that you can do through the URL. And so these are the sensible defaults we have. They're so simple, sensible. And I'm probably gonna hide down some code if we don't need it, so we don't have to look through everything. This stores everything in local storage at the moment, which is gonna be per browser. So right now I'm running in the OBS browser. It's kind of nice because I usually only set them here, right? But if I was running it in a different browser, it could have totally different tasks. So let's not get into the depth of these, but I do want to look up how it was triggering, because we can't use the task command now because then our real overlay, the deployed one, is gonna run for it. So I want to run it when I really just want to change the task command. Where would I do that? So this will run once we already know it's a task. There's our connection. And it starts with task. Let's make this a configure option. So that we can just set it later if we ever need to. Is there a default? Oh, I guess I'll have to make it another URL parameter, huh? But here, in this case, we want it a command with a space, and we want to replace that one too. Ooh. Command space. So the first one is if you're a broadcast, you are the broadcaster, that's the default, only person allowed to run the task command. Second is if you have the option, the config option to allow mods, then they can run it as well. I'm duplicating this code right now. That's kind of stupid. I have, this should be config.command. And yeah, let's move these. I have that saved, but I don't really need it. Okay. So let's do this. Or things we wrote a long time ago. I wonder if there is a reason why. I don't see why. They look identical, right? Is a moderator and mods allowed? Dupes, it's gone. I don't need this either. This was just something I found out while I was building out, like, oh, I could do something special with a highlighted message, but it doesn't need to be a highlighted message. So we're just gonna ignore that. I don't think I need to log these out, but whatever, we'll keep it. Let's add that config. So to our default config, we'll say command is !task, but we can override that through the browser URL. Where does this get built? Right here? Default config with a router query. I'm gonna do a little extra code for it, just in case it's has extra space on it for some reason. We don't want that. I guess this would allow them to use any, like not even the bang exclamation point. It could be @task or $task or, I mean, whatever they want. They could just start it with the text task and it would work. Okay. Those are just the required ones. This we'll get into maybe later, starting a task, ending a task, adding a new task, editing a task, clearing a task. Launch the client and listen for callbacks. If it starts with a config command and a space, handle the task. I think that's it. For adding the config option, let's run it to test. Am I even running this? What kind of app is this? This is the next app. So that's dev, right? Yeah. I don't think I've npm'd these since I've moved to my new computer. Are we on a yarn lock? We are on a yarn lock. No, maybe that's not it. Oh, I think I ran into this with something else recently, and it's like some old registry thing. Like, that's weird that the title shows up as 79 Stack Overflow, which is just like the number of upvotes. And I think it was a node thing I had to export before. They say do this, but oh yeah, it's the version. Man, this version 17 sucks. Doesn't work with anything. What version is it? 17. NVM list. The one I want is this one. I think I want to NVM alias default to long-term support. Whatever I've set there. Do I have yarn in this one though? I think, no, I do, okay. Oh, did it switch? Oh, I didn't NVM use default. Which yarn? Okay, cool. So let's do another yarn install again. That was fast. Yarn dev. There we go. More warnings, but whatever. Wrong window, dude. So, if you don't pass anything, it's gonna throw an error. Username, I think this should be channel name, to be honest, TBH, but let's don't change it right now. Is Ched Dev, and command equals exclamation point task dev, tasks. Let's say task dev, just so I don't get confused. Okay, there we go. None yet. There's no title. I didn't pass in a title, so I could do like and title equals dev tasks, whatevs. That's cute, right? Okay. In case you, what's my command? I didn't set that up, huh? Okay, never mind. I get it. But if we add tasks, did I call it tasks or task dev? See, this is task dev. Add. Don't break it. There it is. Task dev. And it's not affecting our tasks that are on our real overlay because we're using a different command. Magic. Task dev. Start. And we have started. Let's inspect it. I don't know if we're getting any valuable information out here, but I think so. Yeah, starting. I might just do a shorthand. Instead of task dev, I'm just gonna do T for now because that is so much easier. But since it saves it in local storage, we refresh, it pulls from local storage, uses the same tasks. Okay. So maybe we should change username. We haven't done the next task. We've done other things before the next task, but we're getting there. Let's change the username because we are adding a new command now, so now's a good time to change it. Channel name. Let's go with that. And let's see anywhere we've used it. Channel name. There. And that's it. That was an easy change. But I guess we also want to see in the docs. We'll change that one. We'll change that one. Sorry, 1, 2. That one. I'm looking at it wrong because I'm seeing the other one. And that one. And that one. Replace. Cool. The Twitch users channel to join. Twitch channel chat to join and watch for messages. Ambulance. By default, only the broadcaster can run the task commands. And this one is a new one. That one is required. I say we do it second. We'll say command task. Set the command you wish to listen for. We use task by default. No spaces allowed in command. I think that's good enough, right? If they want to use a different character, they could be smart enough to do that. Hopefully. We hopes. I think that should be it, man. Well, before we start working on the next task. Is the channel join event? That's so weird. Maybe I should be doing on connect? I don't remember why I went that route. I wonder if I could just do on connect and it would work fine. I don't want to mess with it now. I had a stream a couple streams ago where I broke a bunch of stuff because whatever, and just I've been so afraid to touch things since then. But we'll get over it eventually. Okay, it's not working because we changed our name. It should be channel name. Command title. I wish I could just send them in the console too, but that's not possible. I always try to do that on accident. Okay, but if we do task, I almost wrote T-ass. I meant T-add. Next command. It showed up, but it didn't add it. Did it not use the right command? Oh, if channel name is equal to config channel name. This should be broadcaster. That's my fault. My fault. Oh. Yeah, that's my fault. I don't really need to do that check. They pass a tag like tag.badges, whatever, but let's keep what we got. Okay. T add next command. No? Okay. T dot badges and T dot tags dot badges dot broadcaster. I don't really care to compare it to the channel name because if this chatter, we're in the broadcaster channel, and so if it's the broadcaster, then yes, they are allowed. T add next command. There we go. Okay. Okay, so now we'll write our next code and we'll try it on this one. So let me commit that real quick. Git CI-m. Change username to channel name and add command support. Okay, that's up. That's up. So now, where do we store all of our tasks? Not in there. I think I just run the handle task and then everything's in the handle task. Is that right? Yes. Where should I put it? Start, add, end, edit. Let's do here. Next. We'll call next task. And I think we should only need that. Where's next? Oh, I haven't defined next task. We're gonna copy end task and then we'll call start task. Actually, I don't need to copy end, I can just call them, right? Yeah. This is kind of why I wanted to make them their own files, but we haven't got to that refactor yet. It's not so important. Next task. Because we don't really need to do all of this. This is really just kind of like an alias command. I can call end task. There won't be a task ID. Oh, because there could be a few logics, so like, I guess I could pass a task ID. So let's see, there's probably a few cases where we want to handle. So first of all is the basic, a task is in progress and I want to move on to the next available task. How do I know if there's a task in progress? Do I have to pull them out? Did I make a helper for that? I think I just have to go through and find which one. Is in progress. That's what I do in end task. Should I just call end task anyway? Because what does end task do? End task ignores if there is no task ID. Oh, no task. Yeah. End any task in progress. Then just start the next task, right? Start next available task or use task ID. I think that would be it. If there is no task in progress, end task will do nothing. Start task will automatically start the next task unless we passed it a task. Then it will start that one. So we could actually do next. This is the one we're implementing. So you can just say task next, or you can pass it, say this is the next one I want to work on, but it's going to end the current one automatically. Ends current task. Starts next. Pauses current task. Starts task ID or next available task. Adds task to end of list. I didn't write any of these out now that I think about it. Ends current task. Starts task ID or next available task. Move. Task swap for 3. Number 4 to number 3. Task clear. Removes task ID or all from list. Task clear is a risky one. Command name. Allow mods, title text, scale, vertical line. Excuse me, sneezing. And I think that's it. Let's test the task new now that we have it. We did it. Was there edge cases? I was trying to think of edge cases, but start case is gonna, or start task is gonna handle that. If it can't find the task that we passed in, it's just gonna use the latest one. Well, I guess that's not true. Because what if I pass in a number? This has a bug. What if I pass in a task that's not found? If let's just make that a let, and we'll say if actually, let's just ignore it. We'll say if there is no task, it would be an error, but we'll ignore it. Error. Could not find a task to start. And then if there is a task ID, Okay. Did I say there was a bug in here? No, we added that. Task does not exist. But this could also be a no task if there are no available tasks left either. Let's just change it to could not find a task to end. And then there's the task ID. Okay. Will it work? I'm on the... Will it work, my people? Refresh. T. Next. Nothing happened. Am I listening on T? I am. Why did nothing happen? Oh, because I did not do these at all, right at all. So this should be the command. I mean, I could pass through next. I don't think I'm doing anything with the command in them. Okay, let's refresh. Now, something should happen. There we go. There we go, people. Don't break it. Boom. That was cool. Oh, uncaught and promise. Network. Or did something fail? I don't know. It seemed to work fine for me. Oh, let's look at the error console. No, it looks fine. I wonder if that was before we connected? No, because it got our chat, handled the task next. Started the new task. And then what? It just restarted for like no reason. Let's add a new one and try it again. Okay. T add. Why aren't my... Did I not do that? I did. It's...
Another one, and another one, and another one, and another one.
Okay, we got a new task. Yeah, something crashed. But it worked. Maybe I need to fix that thing. Let's try, that promise join thing. I think it should just be on connect. There it is. Never Oh, that's the channel join message. What did the socket say? WebSocket is closed before the connection is established. Could not connect to server, reconnecting. I don't really know why it's doing that. Don't really want to debug it right now either. Next is working. What happens if I have no more and I do T next? It finishes it. Next could not find a task to end. Next could not find a task to start. Oh, I was still looking at the old one. Is that an error, or should I just message it?
Another one, and another one, and another one, and another one.
Definitely something in our code is causing the crash. But it's working. So T next. Key should be unique. Next could not find a task to end, which is true. And it said next could not find a task to start, but it did start the next one. Well, that's strange. Let's move on to move. How about that? So let's add task. Let's do a real task. Task end. Task start. So move. T add. Move this task. T add. Something's going on. Because it's like, maybe I shouldn't do the connection in the use effect. When's the use effect running? Oh, it's probably running too often or something. Oh, this disconnects whenever that or the config changes. That's probably why. It's just restarting a lot because it's running this use effect way too many times. Don't accidentally run if there is no channel name or client. What was I thinking? Who made this crap? Okay. So we're on to the move task. I added move this task. Task add final. T add final v2. So let's say, I mean, I could swap a working task with another one. It doesn't really matter, right? If a task that we're already working on right now. T clear 3, so we don't have this duplicates. Oh wow, it's like multiplying heavily. Yeah, that's an issue. We'll look at that after. task add. Duplicate connections. There we go. We'll add it to our list so we don't forget. Okay, so now I'm gonna want to do like T move 4 to 3. I haven't done anything yet. Move did not recognize. Do not recognize. Let me commit what I have so far for git add. This is, did I mention the new task in the README? I did. The next. Oh, I didn't test starting a specific task ID, but I'm pretty sure that works. We'll test it later. Next task added. Yeah, I knew it would complain about that exclamation point. There we go. I always forget. Okay, so let's look at move. I'll mark it off now because I'm optimistic. This is what we call an optimistic or eager something. What do they call that? Eager or optimistic response? Move. So it's going to take the task ID this is from N2. Should I say move or swap? I don't know. I like having the alias, but I don't know what I want to call them. Let's copy this one because it's kind of simple. Let's move it down here a little bit. Move from task ID to task ID. Let's start with getting the const from, well, yeah, from task. Where do I store all the tasks? Tasks. Did I have a helper method to get a task, or what? I just do tasks.find, right? Tasks.find. And I'm going to take the index. I'm going to say I plus 1 equals, just to make sure this is a number, from task ID. Is that right? Plus 1 because our task IDs start at 1. They don't start at zeros. So let's say, do that. Let's say if there is no from task, we're going to throw console.log. I guess we're just doing console logs. find from task ID from task ID. And then we'll just return. We'll do the same thing for the to task. Let's change a couple things in here. To task. And I+1 is to task ID. If there is no to task, could not find to task ID, skip it. Otherwise, should I loop over them and do like, or map over them and do like a swap in there, or? This was a simple coding challenge we used to do in the coding boot camps. I'll try it this way. So we're gonna have task and index. So we'll say if index +1 equals from task ID. So if the default's going to be return the task, whatever task. If this is the from, we want to swap, we want to return the to task. And then if this is the to, we want to return the from task. And that'll be a simple swap, and we'll just return updated tasks. And then I think we say set tasks, updated tasks. That's how we do it in the end, yeah. Okay. I think that's it. Unless anybody sees a bug, you let me know. Oh, but we don't have action for swap. Let's add that. And we'll just add another command and do the same thing. If command equals move, or command is swap. Either one. We'll call the move task. Okay, so let's try task move for a 4, 3. So it should swap another one with move this task. What? Keeps all the same stuff, whichever one's in, you know, their state, if the current one's in order and whatnot. But let's say we do t end. We end another one, and then now's the case where I want to do that sort, because I jumped tasks, right? And I have the one in the middle, and it's kind of, it's like, what? What do you mean you did 4 before number 3? So I want to do just a t sort and let it automatically bubble up all of the completed ones and naturally push down all of the not finished ones. But I guess it should move any in progress task to be first. It's a little tricky, but let's try t move. Oh no, we did move. Let's try t swap 3 and 4. I could say 4 and 3, it doesn't matter. Let's say 3 and 4. Swaps them again. Cool. Works for both. Let's do that sort. Task, move, 3, 4. I don't think I pushed it up last time anyway. Let's use our, oh, I can't do task next on the old one yet. We haven't refreshed it. We haven't deployed it. Once we deploy it, we can redo these things. So let's do, I mean, I could just redeploy it right now. Let's do it. And then we'll use it to move on to the next task. I think I just have to git push. And Versal does it for me, if I recall correctly. Is this on my Versal project? Oh, it just did it automatically. 4 full OB or 10. Yeah, I do have it. Cool. Assigning domains. What does that mean? What does that mean? Is this gonna refresh automatically, or should I refresh the page once in a while? No, it's not gonna refresh. Okay, so it says it's ready. Let's test it out in OBS. If I go back to OBS and I go to my tasks, refresh. Oh yeah, the query parameters changed. Should be channel name. Let me say OBS. We'll leave stream tasks for now. Was there anything else? I didn't want to change the command. There we go. We got our old tasks back. Love that local storage. But let's try it. Task next. Woot! Hope that's not too loud. I mean, too loud, not cloud. That doesn't even make sense. And we added the move, so we could, if we wanted to move on the duplicate connections, we could do that right now. But we're not going to, okay? I updated my README, right? Move and swap. Swaps task from number 4 to number 3. Removes task ID or all from the list. My mouse is being a jerk. Cool, cool, cool. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, sorting. Let's do that sorting bit. Oh, I really don't want to do that sorting. Let's look into the bugs, because that's more important to me. I don't have task pause yet, do I? See, I can't just, pause this one and then move on to the next one. Shoot. Dr. Lazy Beats, thanks for the follow. That's a dope name. You got Lazy Beats on your channel? You streaming anything? Streaming those Lazy Beats? I could use some on stream if they're good. You let me know. Are they royalty free? I'm just listening to Pretzel now. It's kind of, it's good. They've got a lot of good stuff, but there's some stuff that it gets repetitive. There's not a ton of stuff on there, you know? Okay, so we're gonna do sorting because I don't have the feature to be able to switch to the next one, and that's how we go. So let's add a sort command. It's gonna be similar enough to move, I guess. I don't know. Sort is, I don't know if I'm gonna take any options right now. So let me just leave them out. I could theoretically have different sort types, like by name, by time, by whatever, but this is generally to be referred to as like an organized to-do list, you know, a specific order. So this will be, hey Dr. Lazy Beats, how's it going? Sort task, and we're gonna have to make that. I don't think I'll need a lot of this, but we like to copy paste and, you know, go with it from there. So this will have no arguments. How do I sort like this? This is quite the challenge, I must say. Let me think with a stretch. Ooh. My shoulder's been hurting. Okay, only working for other artists. That's cool. Gotta get paid first. Then someday. Okay, I'll be honest, I wasn't thinking about it, I was just stretching. So, let's write down the few cases we want to handle. Let's say like, we want to move all completed tasks to the top. Oh, right now you're learning web dev, cool. That's good. A lot of musician types. I used to work in a coding bootcamp, and a lot of musician types that come through are very good at coding. So I'd say you're gonna be a coder soon. Hopefully. I mean, did you teach yourself how to make beats? If you did, then you're gonna be right on your way to learning how to code, you know. How are you learning? Are you in a class? Are you self-learning? All self-taught, yeah. Yeah, that's good. Self-taught is a huge skill in coding that benefits you that a lot of people just don't have, you know, they need a teacher. But I am a self-taught developer. I started using the computer when I was 14, 15, and then I built a website for our skateboard crew when I was 14 or so, 15, 16, I don't know. And that's how I got into coding. I used to edit like our videos, skate videos and stuff, but that's how I got into coding, and then I never got a degree. Just been working since. But I do love coding, creating digital things. Computer has worked well for me, I guess. So move all completed tasks to the top. Then we want any in progress tasks. Then in non-started tasks. And I don't want to change the sort order of those at all. I just want to, I'm kind of grouping it into 3 different ways. So we could, there's a few ways we could do it. Dr. Lazy Beats, do you have any preference on how you would do it yet, or are you trying to tune in to figure out how to do it? Because this is a good little challenge for you for coding. Our problem is we want to resort this task list into these 3 categories, basically in this order. 1, 2, 3. First, we want all the completed tasks at the top. I guess I don't want to say move, let's just say all completed tasks. And then 2, in progress tasks. And then 3, non-started tasks. Or this could be remaining tasks, to do tasks, whatever you want to call them, but anything that's not started. You could loop through them all 3 times and you know, grab the 3 groups and then put them all together, but that would be not the wrong way to do it, just the inefficient way to do it, because we could loop through the list once. So generally when you're coding, you don't want to loop through something 3 times, even if it's a short list. It's only a list of 4 or 5 items, whatever. You don't want to do it 3 times, then you can do it once. It increases the big O of it a little bit, and it's just kind of pointless. I mean, but let's do it simple. Let's make the 3. We'll say const completed tasks, const in progress tasks. These are our buckets that we're going to put them into. What did I just do? There we go. Okay. Const to do tasks. Non-started? Sure. Then we're going to go over all these tasks, and we're just going to put them into the buckets. I don't need a map. We'll do a for each. There might be a more efficient way to even do this, but this is the simple way to do it in my brain. And we'll say if task dot, I don't know, do we have a completed? I don't need the index at all. So we'll do the shorthand just down to task. I think it's dot start time and a dot end time. So first of all, let's say all completed task. If task dot end time, then it's going to go into the completed tasks. Push task. We'll say else if. We want else if in this case. I usually just write ifs back to back, like you'll see down below. Because in this case, if it meets one of these commands, it's never gonna meet another one. This really could be a switch. It could be an else if. I just hate seeing a bunch of else ifs. That's why I want to refactor this to just like be a map, you know, of some kind, but we're not there yet. There's definitely some refactoring we can do here. This is some pretty simple code, logical code, I guess. That's me. Not so. I thought it was so. Okay. But in this case, I do want to say else if because I don't want to put it into multiple buckets. It could be... I just wanted to put it into one of the buckets. I don't think it could be actually multiple. It could accidentally be multiple, I guess. I don't know. But we'll say if task.start time, then we know it's an in progress task. Pish. Else if... I don't think there's any other states we have, right? A lookup table about the ifs. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Brickzerker. That's what I usually go to in the next level. They will have callbacks, though, and so definitely the lookup table will hit us for the command perfectly fine, right? But depending on what command it is, like next or move or swap, I'm passing different args. So I'd like to make move task like a class because it has a few things associated with it. It would have a getter that would convert the args to the properties we need, like this is from task ID and whatever. And then move task also has its callback up here. I think I passed it. Move task. And then it runs this. And all it really does is it's like a reducer. So I would like to make each task their own kind of class and then just map them somehow. But we haven't done that yet. I haven't worked on this project in a while. This is the first time I've added features in a while. So the final one is, I guess we don't really need an if, because if it doesn't fit those categories, we're just going to throw it into the to-do tasks. And that's it. So then once we're done, our updated tasks are basically going to be a concat of completed tasks.concat in progress tasks. And I can just do multiple, what the, concat to do tasks. Just to make this a little more readable in the order, we'll just kind of do this, break it up nice and cute. We'll see we're gonna get all those, and they're just gonna concat all together. And that's it. I thought that would be harder, but it would be harder because my first instinct would be to go, okay, how can I do this in the most efficient way? But this is literally like the procedural way to kind of do it. I'm sure there's even better, more dynamic way to do it, but whatever, this is obvious. So I think that should work. Do we have some tasks over here? We do. So let's get one in progress. Let's say T, ooh, let me refresh to get latest changes. Okay, T, add, and hello, Brooke Zerker, welcome. Brooke Zerker, I'll give you a shout out real quick because you guys did a cool, Brooke Zerker, did I spell it right? Building a to-do app in Node and Express? That's not what I was expecting to see. Interesting. Did I call out the right Brooke Zerker? Did a cool talk the other day about domain, was it domain-driven design or development? I think it was domain-driven design with Kyle Coberly. And it was a good chat. I liked it. I was there for it. I watched it. I'd encourage you to watch the VOD. It was maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. How long was it? I don't know, but it was a good chat. A lot of interesting stuff. If you're want to hear some good thought leadership, that's what I would call it. Okay, task. See, I feel like we're kind of looping on the same 5 songs in this. I'm in the hip hop station right now. I think it is. And it's just not a lot. So I want to start, let's say number 5. Let's start 5. And let's end it. So now that one's complete, and let's start 6. Okay, so now when I run the T sort, I'm going to expect it to move number 5 to be in the number 4 spot, number 6 to be in the number 5 spot, and number 4 to be in the number 6 spot. And that would give us all of our completed up top, our in progress in the middle, and then our additional tasks at the end. Let me add one more task to just show that we're not reordering any of the we're not reordering the other ones. So move this task should be above shout out. Okay, T sort. Whoop, whoop. Nice and easy. I like that one. I like that one. things are kind of working. I mean, this code's not too crazy, but things are kind of working for me. I think it's ready to ship. Ship it. Ship it and rip it. T next, on to the next one. T end. Should we do T pause? We should do T pause. Pause. Oh, I did the wrong one. That should be T end. Okay, let me add task. Add task. Pause. And then let me move it. Task move 6 with 5. Okay. Let me commit this and then we'll move on to the next one. Task. Which one did we do? Sort. Did I update the sort in the to-dos? I don't think I did. I didn't even add it in there. Sorts the tasks by completed, in progress, and remaining. It's kind of a reflow to copy this command because I don't want to run it anymore. I forgot to add git add. Okay. We'll push that up, get our new Versal version, and we can test it in the browser. Push it up. I don't know how long it will take to get up there, though. Do we need to? We don't need to use it right now. We just need task next. We want a task pause. Cool. Oh, did you see that? That was a bug. It completed the bug one. I don't know why. Let me write that down so I don't forget it. Task next. Completes remaining tasks. Let's do pause first anyway. Because pause task will be pretty easy. So I think every time I do it, I introduce a bug. Okay, so pause task. If there is a task ID, could not find task to pause. It's going to try to grab that task ID. Otherwise, it's going to find one that has a start time and no end time. The first one it finds. If you try to grab a task that has not been started, it'll just throw you the error. I don't need to set an end time. Oh, the problem with pausing is because How do I accumulate time like that? Because if I start it again later on, I want to accumulate time. So maybe instead of end, I add some kind of like accumulative time. Oh, this is an interesting one. This is why I put it on hold. So pausing task. I'm wondering if I should rewrite, like overwrite the previous one. So I've put it, like I could put a pause time on there. And then if there's a pause time, when I start it again, I'll start it to the start time minus the pause time. So then the start time is just a little extra. It's kind of hacky, but it works. Otherwise, I could go the route of adding like an accumulative time on a task. And when you pause a task, I save the accumulative time and then I remove the start time. So then next time you start the task, it would work the same kind of way, honestly. Because when you start the next task, I would need to have like a cumulative time plus the current, plus the start time. So if I do it the start time route where I just replace the start, when I reset the start time, I add the difference from the old one, I won't need to update anything else. So I like that. I like that. So we'll add a pause time. And then to add support for that, we'll need to add the command first. Ooh. Pause. We're going to pause the task. That'll be the task ID if you need it. This is basically a switch statement, but I hate switches so much that I just used ifs instead. Okay. It's gonna, yeah, do all that. It'll add a pause time. And then I also want to delete this. Yeah, I would want to delete the start time if it's not currently. So not pause time, we'll say accumulated time. And it will be task.start time. Well, date now minus task.start time. So we'll set that on the task. And it will have the accumulated time. And then in the start, ooh, and I want to delete the start time, sorry. Task.start time. Actually, I did delete it, huh? Delete the start time because next time it's now not in progress anymore. We also use this check to see like if it has a start time, then it's already been started, ignoring. But this will set a new one. So instead of start time, we'll say we could set it to now, and then we'll say if task.accumulated time. So if there is some accumulated time on there, we're gonna do task start time minus equals We're going to remove that from the start time so that you add that extra time. Wish I had a task started already, but I think that should be it. Starting a new task. And then I can delete the accumulated time because we've now added it back. Again, we're just kind of calculating the times for cumulative values. We're not saying like, I started this task 2 days ago and I finished it now. The idea is you start it within, minutes, hours. You start it and you finish it within the stream, right? That would be the idea. I also don't have a command for if I've completed one to reset, I guess. I guess I could just do a reset, yeah. But this should work. Task add. Task reset. Task ID. Task move 7 to 6. Cool. And that'll give us time to add a task reset as well. Maybe fix our bug. Okay, so we're testing pause now. So let's, oops, I didn't need to go there. Let me refresh this browser to make sure we actually have those changes. T, pause. Oh, it should say nothing or no task is running. Pause. Could not find a task to pause, yeah. I wasn't throwing errors before, but I guess it's okay now. Maybe I should change them. Log. I don't remember why I was adding these slashes in there too. They meant something. Oh, because it was the comment. Could not behind the task. Ignoring. Oh, I see. Ignoring command. I think that's all of them. So now if I say like T pause, it just shows the command. Could not find a task to pause, ignoring command. T start. Starting a new task. We'll let that accumulate for a second. For a minute. T should clear, only clear completed tasks. I feel that's true, unless you pass a specific task number. But I think I just clear them all automatically if there's no task ID. Let's change it to say, yeah, clear all completed tasks. Removes task ID or all completed tasks from the list. I could see someone doing that accidentally and being pissed, so let's say, actually this should just be task.map task if the task dot end time. If it does not have an end time, we'll keep it. This should be a filter. So tasks, if the task does not have an end time, we'll keep it. And I have to do the readme to reflect that, right? Yep, removes all. Okay. Go to the browser, refresh. This should clear. T clear everything but shout out. Boom, perfect. Oops, T add. Raid someone. T add laundry. Okay, so now I want to pause number 1. Task, ooh, no, T pause. It paused it, but it doesn't show the accumulated value. Okay. I think that's fine. I mean, we'll fix that, but I think it worked. Yeah, accumulated time. Let's see if I start it. I don't remember what time it was at, but let's show that first. This is in the index. This is actually in our JSX. If task end time I don't want that, because if there is an end time, I don't need that. Otherwise, just render it. If task has a start time, animate pulse. Here we go. I don't want it to be live. I think I want to say now equals date.now or is now going to be like in the future. The timestamp should be date.now. Accumulated time. Because the timestamp should show as now. It's not going to live update. That's what the live does. And now should be is it plus or minus? Now minus task dot accumulated time. I think that's right. 0 minutes? Did I only do 0 minutes? Maybe it should be plus. Yeah, plus, there we go. Okay, 3 minutes. It's because it's not negative, it won't go under. The lowest it'll go is 0 minutes to prevent it from going negative. So I'll say 3 minutes. Should I do anything else that, to make it like stand out as, hey, this is something that we've worked on but we'll come back to? Or is just the 3 minutes like obvious enough? I would like the option to be able to show the total time too, like up in the top. See how we've got several tasks, right? But I haven't, I mean, you can look under the stream to see how long I've been going, or if you're looking at a VOD, you can see, you know, the timestamp to see how long I've been going, but I just want it to be time that I spent on tasks. Like if you don't work on a task and talk for 20 minutes, and you don't start the next task yet, then that wouldn't count towards your total time, right? So that's a cool feature. Task pause, but let me just add shit left and right here. I think that's good enough for now. I don't have an opinion or anything else that I want it to do. I was thinking maybe italic, but whatever, I don't care. I could say 3 minutes paused, or yeah, I could do a paused text after it. Let's try that real quick. Have the task name, so if task has accumulated time, then return another span. Otherwise, just do an empty string. Class name. I don't. How did I do the styles in here? Just one global, I would assume. Oh shoot, it's got Tailwind. Okay. What's a Tailwind paused class? Is that cheating? Kind of cheating, but whatever. Tailwind text. Maybe I want small, but let's start with extra small. See how it looks. Maybe you should spell class name right. There it is. Yeah, smaller. That's good. That's good. Style. Italic. I just write straight up italic. Oops. On there. And I want to change the color. Actually, I might just want to change the opacity. I forgot the property name for that too. What is it? Command K? Nice. Opacity. 50. That's what I was expecting. Should it be next to this though? No, I kind of like that it's paused up here because it's right next to the name. I know this is, hey, you've worked on this one before. I would also like it to be the vertical line height What the fruck? What are you doing? I don't know what size it is next to it. That's not right at all. Maybe I want vertical align. Stupid CSS. Just kidding, I love CSS. Is there a text indent? Can I do a text indent on that? Nah, it's not a block. Oh wait. Do I have hot reloading here or what? I don't know. I'm okay with that for now. I don't know how it would look once it's on my regular screen. So let's kind of wait for that. Let's keep it. I'm done debugging it. But let's try T start. And make sure it should pick up from where it left off. Yes, it did. 3 minutes. Let's give it a second to, well, a minute to add some more items. Should we add a reset? Task while we're at it? Or should we really save that for next? Let's take a hydrate break. You know what? I need to refill my water. Let me. You can watch this, and I'll BRB. Water refill. Hello. We're back. Clear. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, so our shout out's been going. Let's pause it again. Or let's pause it by ID. Pause. So what if I do t start 2? Let's see if I t end. Okay, t sort. Oh, I don't have anything for paused. Should I prioritize paused tasks in some way? Pause tasks go above. And then sort them by time? I mean, that sounds cool, but I don't really want to do that right now. Oh, Trash Panda, you should be able to do nerd. Hold on. Maybe I didn't allow VIPs to do that. Chat commands. Oh, I never made one for nerd. You have to do S nerd, but I'll make one right now. Okay. I like that one. I like that one. Yeah, you forgot you gotta do the S in front. I'll probably end up, my favorite ones will end up getting their own commands. If you're unfamiliar, those are the OBS overlays we've been working on, which are separate from this project, but tie in as overlays. They do a lot of different things like follows and subscriptions and channel point redemptions, and I added sounds, and I'm thinking about adding GIFs soon. You can put GIFs up on the screen. But there's a lot of cool stuff we could do with that, so we're gonna keep working on that project too. But I ran into a few issues with the task that I wanted to fix, and I'm glad I'm fixing them. Okay. So let me look. Let's, what happens if I t-pause now? What if I try to pause a command that's already paused? Would that break anything? If the task does not have a start time, it wouldn't, okay, the task has not been started, so it wouldn't do anything. Right, right, T pause. Ignoring command. But if I had another one in task already ended, ignoring. Okay, T start 3. And then if I T pause, I have 2 commands that are paused now. What if I T pause? Could not find a task to pause, ignoring command. If I T start, it will start the first one. What if I T start 3? There was some edge case I wanted to try, but I guess it's not a problem, so we'll forget about it. Oh, if I want to T start now. Yeah, then I get 2 of them in progress. T end. Oh, what if I try to end one that was paused? Maybe? Let's try that. So pause task. Could not find a task to end. Nothing's in progress. I think that's what it would say is could not find a task to end. Well, it has that one. T end, could not find a task to end, yeah. You'd have to restart it. What if so if I T ended a specific one. It found the task, but it doesn't have a start time. If it doesn't have a start time, but it I want to know if you got the task specifically by ID, because I don't want to end a task, like a pause task, automatically if you just tap T end, right? Only if you referenced it by a specific thing. So if it doesn't have a start time, and there is no task ID. And you didn't request a specific task ID. Otherwise, well, let's do this. Because if there's no start time, if the task dot has accumulated time though, it wouldn't have a start time, it would have accumulated time. In that case, let's just double wrap this. Well, I'm trying to think of the special case. Hello, Low Swavy. You're having an issue with your code. What kind of code is it? Is it JavaScript? Can you explain it in a couple sentences, your problem that you're having, without me having to look at a bunch of code and snippets? Then maybe. Let's just do something special up here, huh? Let's say if a task has accumulated time, then I'm gonna end the task, so I want to set the task.start time to date.now minus the accumulated time. And then it will have a start time and won't fail here. That works, I think. Oh, if it has accumulated time. Well, I don't want to end. I don't want to get the first one. I think in here, it has a start time Oh, so I guess I could never get here, huh? Oh, yeah, I could. That would be if I picked a direct one. So otherwise, I want to find. It's Java. Oh, I don't know Java, but let's see. Making a dungeon game, have max HP set to 50 plus 50 times vitality. Oh, I'm no good at game dev. Zoe, is that you? What are you doing? Tearing stuff up? This sounds a little more complicated than I want to get into right now. I'm trying to work on my own task. Get it? Task? Okay, so if it has a start time, yeah, so it would have to have a start time for us to get it. But if we got it directly and there's an accumulated time, we'll set the start time to now minus the accumulated time, and then it will automatically end it with that time. Right? So if I do T, let me refresh. And nothing should happen. Could not find a task to end. But if I do T end 1, it will actually end it with that time. Okay, cool. T add feed the cat. T add feed dog. T add mow the lawn. T clear all the completed ones. Okay. And T start 2. Try some weird stuff. T pause. I think that's it for pause, right? And if I T start, it should start the first one. Yeah. Maybe I should make the right text. Italic. If there's accumulated time. Okay. Did I do that right? Did I say something? There we go. And that. There we go. There we go. So it shows up italic, which is a little more of an indicator, hey, this is pause. This is not, you know, some random thing showing up. If I try to pause 3. Has not been started. Nice. T pause. T start 2. Another thing I noticed when I went on break, I forgot to pause my task. So I'd like to, like, you know, remove some time from it, but I don't want to add that yet. I'll write it down. Like an adjustment. Task adjust for like -10 minutes or something. Just wrote it down on my notes. Has it really not been another minute yet? I think all of our code is ready to go. Get us to, and what do we add? T end. T sort. Oh, I wanted to also move the paused before the other ones. But maybe I don't really care about that yet. Because I could put it in order, or I could start it and then do tsort, and it would be fine. So we added pause. And I'll get CI. Task pause. And we did something else too, right? I thought. Did I mark it off in the README? I didn't, did I? Nope. Did we not do anything else? We just updated the commands. We allowed you to end an accumulated task. I'm not gonna write that as a feature though. It was kind of something we left out. And we allow you to end paused tasks. Those are all paused features. Oh, clear all now only clears completed tasks. But you'd have to be aware of the old functionality for that to really matter, so I don't care. Okay. We're gonna add a reset in the next one though. I gotta copy paste that I did add something else on. Okay. And I don't care to push that up yet. T next. Oh, that was the wrong one. Task next. Interesting, it did like a sort. All right, reset task ID. Move sort reset. This is a task ID is required, so this is not optional. Incomplete with no time. I think that's the only way you'd want to use it. Anybody else? Any takers? Bueller? I need to get a Bueller quote. Reset task. And a task ID is required. So we're going to say const task equals task.find t comma I. Oh, you know what? I don't need to do a find. I can just do the stoops. Task ID -1. that won't fail if it can't find it, right? Because then I'm just going to say if no task console.log command could not find task ID. Return it. Otherwise, I'm going to say tasks bracket task ID -1 equals. We're going to set it directly, yeah, and then we're going to frickin' reset the tasks. Wonder if that'll break anything. The only thing it should have is, what, a task name? What does a task have on it? Title. Oh no, that's the app title. I think it's just name, yeah. I don't think we want to do it that way. Let's do a tasks.map t index, and we'll say where the number of task ID if the task ID is index +1, then we want to return the new task. Otherwise, return the old one. And that should be it. Right? Oh, we need to add the command. It should have a return on it. As should this. Reset with the command name and then the args. Okay. Refresh to get those commands. T reset. If I do nothing, it should ignore it. Could not find task, yeah. T reset 2. Boom. Fixed. T clear. All right. Nice and easy little reset command. Let's add it to the README. We did that, right? Task ID resets the task to incomplete with no time. Mostly did that because I screwed up the data and did some debugging, you know, git add, git ci-m, task reset task ID. Okay, push that up because I want to use it. I want to reset that bug of the duplicate connections. I might just drop that one off. I gotta go eat dinner soon. How long have I been streaming? 2 hours and 15 minutes? Man, that went by quick. That went by quick, I'll tell you what. Versal. Tell me when it's done. Ready? Already? I don't know if I believe that. OBS. Tasks, refresh. Okay. So now I should be able to do task reset 6. Perfect. And do task sort. Perfect. Task end. I did leave the bug for the, oh, no wait. There was a bug in, let me add that and let's work on that real quick because I'd rather work the bug. Let's clear duplicate connections. I'll save that for another time. Oh, that's the wrong one. Task clear 7. Okay, task add bug next completes later tasks. Task start. We'll look into that one real quick. So this is, I mean, we just created this, so I'm wondering if it has to do with because of the duplicate connections, but it ended. Oh, if I give it a specific task ID, I don't want that for end command. If there is a task ID, I do want to start that next one. I never tried that. But I don't think that's the problem. Let's see. So T add I want to say task next. Ooh, not task next. Did the wrong one. I wanted, see, I can't restart either. Let's see, task start 7. Can I do that again? Or is it gonna say, I already started it? Task reset 7. Task start. What I really wanted to do was, it was only 1 minute, so we'll just lose it. T, next. Okay, it does start the first one. And if I do this one T next, it works fine there. Ah, see that one though? Did some weird-ish. It just like marked all finished. So I call end task. I think it's got to do with like these use callbacks and kind of the way. I think end task runs, and then the tasks have changed. Well, the tasks have changed, but we don't see the new change yet. So then we call start task. This is why I hate hooks. This is why no. It's confusing because I want these to run, you know, I want to run this and that. It's like an async problem in a sense. But I can't wait for a callback, like wait for this to be done before running this, you know? I'd have to add functionality to do it, and it's just kind of weird. Let's see, is there anything in end task that would cause next ending task? Could not find a task to start, ignoring command. It could be related to that duplicate connection things. Let's see if we can fix that real quick. The problem with that is I have launch and listen for callbacks. And this probably should not change when the handle task and config change. Well, I do want it. I think I should just move this out to the top level. Timeout error. Including the connect and the on-promise and stuff. Is client set? Yeah, it's set up at the top. Let me pull this out real quick. Put it up at the top. I guess I can put it, yeah, whatever, I don't know. Oh, where's the config coming from? Oh. So maybe we just break this out into a different one. So we'll just launch the client, but not listen for callbacks yet, maybe? If there's no channel name or client, return. How would it ever get past it to get to this then? Config. When would config change? Update the config from the query params. So once the config changes, that's when we do want to connect. Do I really need these use callbacks for everything? I feel not. What's the errors that I'm seeing? WebSocket is closed before the connection is established. what's going on there. It's like working and not. Is it just because of the auto reload? Because I didn't change anything else, right? It was just in the next command, maybe, that when it started doing that. T reset to T start. No, that's fine. Oh no, it keeps saying channel join. In between each one, and it shouldn't do that, right? Let's see if it's calling this disconnect. Yes, handle task. And it's because handle task changes or what? No, not that. These should only ever disconnect when the config changes. Even then, we don't really need a disconnect. Oh, or there is already a client. Could not connect to server, reconnecting and blah, blah, blah. Okay. T add new item 2. T next. Ending task, starting new task. Okay, so it's not just because of that, but that does fix the bug of the multiple connections. It removed a task. I don't really see why. Next task. No, go to next task, you idiot. So I triggered the end task. I want to remove all of these. I feel like there was a reason I had them, but now I'm thinking I don't really need them. I shouldn't need them. Right? Maybe I added them for performance reasons, but I really don't like it or need it. Yes, this could be faster with multiple cursors, but it is so satisfying. Okay, so that's all of them. Is there any in here that we used? We just call handle task, which also doesn't. So handle task could change when that's fine. I think that should be fine. Whenever task changes, save it to the local storage. Okay. T reset to T add feed the hungry. See, like, why did that go and I said T add? And it didn't reset the 2. It went, well, it went and completed that thing. I think that could be because I do think there was an issue with caching them. Maybe I should be passing the tasks to them, because these get old versions of their initial version of when we first refresh the page is what changes. So whenever tasks changes, I should refresh handle task. Maybe. But then this doesn't, yeah. That's why I had handle task in there. But this is... So maybe I should call some interim that changes. Or I need like a ref. Hello, ODAT. How's it going? How's it going? I'm working on my other OBS overlays. This doesn't necessarily need to have it. Good, good.
This is a fantastic beats production.
You gonna be streaming later? You getting on right now? Oh, no? No? Okay. So instead of calling handle task directly, let's say trigger task. And that won't change. Doing some OBS setup, swapping scenes and music and such. Got to get things finalized for a YouTube stream tomorrow. Oh, getting yeah, back into the habit of some YouTube streams. Nice, nice. I never tune into the YouTube ones, but I'm almost ready for dinner. Not bad. Can I say use ref? Is that how it works? And then I pass like initial value. This seems a little wonky. Dinner and snacks. Mountain trash pan, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm not a biggest fan of hooks, but you know. Let's set it as handle task. And then how do I update it? Does it update it each time it calls this? So I can just say like trigger task dot current, trigger it, right? Let's try it. At least I know what's happening. Could have been a long time to debug that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So since my data starts like this, I do t reset 2, and now if I do t next, should not change feed the cat, but it did. So it didn't work. But it did call the task just fine. How do I update a ref? Is what I'm a little more curious about. I'm just gonna do a cheesy thing for now. Not timeout error. Let trigger task. Because these hooks are confusing me. And then in here, oops. Each time I'll just set it to be handle task. I mean, I could do it up here actually. I don't really need to call handle task. And that should, oh no, I'm overwriting it, that's why. To do a real current or a real ref thing. Okay, let me fix that. Yes. Let's try that. Okay, reset to t add item t There we go. That's right. Boom! Can I get a... That was dirty. Dirty, you hear me? Dirty. But we did it. And that was a little confusing because it jumped up because that was our next task, even though, yeah. So it works. It works, it works. Well, let's keep doing it. Let's make sure it really works. T next. Yep, it works. T next. Oh, it works. Could not find a task to start. Cool. I'm happy with it. 23 minutes, an extra 23 minutes. That's okay, it was worth it. It was worth it. Hashtag worth it. Get st, get add, get ci dash m. Bug fix. Task next. I'm just gonna say that. Git push. Cool. Cool, man. Let's watch this to see how... It's not ready yet. Usually it's pretty quick, but there it is building. There it is, it's done. Let's try it. In OBS, we shall refresh the tasks, and then we'll do task add ending soon. Task next. Oh shit, wrong one. Task next. I did the dev one. Cool. Did I push all the latest up too? I did. It's all up here for you to steal. So we knocked off a good amount. We did pause. Pause is the current task. Next ends the current task and starts task ID or next available task. We didn't test that per se, but I trust it works. Okay. Task end, we already had that. Task edit's old. Move or swap are new, and we implemented that. Sort is new, we implemented that. Reset is new, we implemented that. Brings it back to an incomplete with no time, and that was because we had a bug where we messed things up, so. And you can configure the command name now, so if you don't want it to be exclamation point task, you want it to be something else, you can do that. No spaces allowed in command, but that's it. Wait. Look at that guy. Look at that guy, huh? What a dork. What a dork. Can I get a... Okay. Ooh, this is not refreshed. Did someone call? Oh.nerd. Is it busted? Oh yeah, I didn't change this one. This should be channel name. It's not spelled right. Channel name. There we go. Fixed. All right. Nerd. Yeah. Odette, you can do it if you ever want. Exclamation point. Nerd. Should I make a shortcut if I say exclamation point Odette? Shout out to ODAT. They're not streaming tonight, but I'm usually watching them at night times. They got a lot of cool, pub sub overlay stuff too. He's doing it down and dirty. He's writing it all himself. I got lazy and I took someone else's project, but yeah, I've been, so I went through the myinstance.com and they have a lot of cool ones, but they have DMCA takedown, whatever. I'm just gonna start going and writing down the ones I wanna go capture them myself, because I got a lot that, yeah. Oh yeah, I actually stole that from, who was it? Like Streamlabs or Stream Elements or someone. They do that by default, and I liked it, so. Well, Nightbot does it too, I guess, so I kept it. I've seen it display the about, yeah. Yeah, you could pull more and get fancier with it. I like the last thing that they streamed, because if it's a raid, you know, a lot of time I'm shouting out because of raid, and I can see what their title was, what they were working on. I've seen some people have where they have the clip preview of their stream and they can see what they were actually doing. That's cool. I'd like to integrate that someday, but someday. Yeah, let me go look for someone to raid. Oh, thank you, thank you. So how does this work? Twitch? Is CM Griffin still going? He's not, he's over on chill now. Anthony from Kidder, I don't think I've ever rated him, have I? Let's do it. He's live. I follow him. He's working on a Next, Express, Mongo, and Docker app that's pretty close to what we were working on. I mean, we don't have, actually not this one. The overlays have all that stuff, but switching an app, I guess. Okay. Twitch. Oda says, of course, I have been planning to, ooh, I almost said ban. Raid. Says, having said this, I have plans for like Eager to get the overall message data driven based on the person being shouted at, so I can customize it. Yeah, that's what they're doing under the hood, right? So yeah, just pull that data and then you can get all kinds of stuff. And I've not gotten around to it. There's other priorities. Yeah, I've seen Anthony from Kidder before. Does he usually stream this late? I haven't really got to watch him much though. I watched like one, but that's what I'm wondering, if maybe he has a similar. He's been streaming at nights lately, and so if he is too, then I might not have seen him, you know? But all right, we're going over there. Do I have a raid message? I don't really have a raid message. Just say hi. I'll be there. I'll be in the chat with y'all. Okay. Check you later. Oh, Singapore. Oh, yeah, that's different time zone. All right. See you over there.